Hi, I'm Devin. Thanks for joining me tonight and taking a moment for movement. Tonight we're going to focus on stretching the muscles along the sides of our body, not just the outsides, but the insides as well. So let's get started on our mat in child's pose. We don't need any special equipment for this workout, but if you do have a block or two handy, you're welcome to use them at any point. So coming down to child's pose, lowering your knees to the mat. They can be in line with the hips, or if you're feeling more comfortable with a wide knee position, go right ahead. The tops of the feet are flat on the mat, but again, here, if you have a block, that might be more comfortable to place on the mat between your heels and rest your hips on top. Once your legs are in position, walk your arms out in front of you, bringing your upper body down towards the mat. You can always rest your head in your hands or stack one fist on top of the other and rest your forehead on top. We're just getting our class started, so if you're feeling a little bit stiff and want to try one of these variations, now's a good time. Take a couple moments here, breathing deeply, letting your whole body relax, letting your forehead sink down into your hands or into the mat. And let go of any thoughts, plans, or ideas. Just bring your awareness to your breath and notice how your body is feeling this evening. So let's lift our head up slightly, reach the arms out in front of the shoulders if they're not already there, and begin to walk your hands over towards the top right corner of your mat. Keep your hips where they are, and in fact, sit back and down into the left hip to feel that stretch along the left side of the torso and rib cage. And then walk your hands back through center and over towards the left corner of the mat. Again, keeping the hips in place, but pressing back through the right hip, about where you'd have the pocket on a pair of jeans. So reach through that right hip, feel that stretch all the way along the right side of the arm, the rib cage, the side body, the abdominals, and just breathe into that stretch. Excellent. Let's walk our hands back through center. Lean forward. Bring your hips over your knees. You may need to walk your knees in slightly if you've had them out wide. And we're going to bring the back of the left hand down to the mat under the center of your chest. So we're going to thread the needle, stretch the muscles of the upper back. So take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slide the left fingertips towards the right hand side of your mat, lowering the left shoulder, the left ear and temple down to the ground. Breathe into the upper back. Good. Let's press into the right palm to help lift the chest and shoulders back up, sliding the left hand back out. Place the left hand under the left shoulder and we'll switch sides. Back of the right hand down to the mat. Exhale, slide those fingers over towards the left hand side of the mat, lowering the right shoulder and the right ear down to the ground. Good. Let's release. Press through the left hand, lift the arm and chest back up, and replace the right hand under the right shoulder on the mat. So our weight is evenly distributed through the palms and the knees. The tops of the feet are just relaxed back on the mat. We're going to move with our breath. So as we exhale, draw the abs in towards the back of the body, arch the back, look towards your knees. And then as you inhale, round your spine the opposite direction, look upwards. So exhale, arch the back. Inhale, round the spine. So move gently. but make it a nice fluid motion. So keep moving as you complete that breath. You can bend your elbows a little bit as you move through each version of the posture. Good. Let's do one more. And then come back to a neutral spine. Keep engaging the abdominals, drawing the navel in towards the spine. We're going to continue by strengthening the muscles along the back side of the body, inhaling the right arm and left leg up off of the mat, parallel to the ground. And then as we exhale, bend the knee and elbow, arch the back, draw the arm and leg towards one another as you look back towards your feet. So inhale, lengthen, 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 and exhale, arch. If you're a little too wobbly here tonight, just place the right hand back down on the mat, or you can just slide the back toes along the mat itself rather than lifting the leg completely. On your next inhale, let's hold the arm and leg out. Keep breathing deeply. Keep reaching through the fingertips and left heel. If you can, lift the arm and leg without rotating the torso. And release, hand and knee back down to the mat. Take a full breath. And we're going to switch sides. So let's inhale, left arm, right leg. Yeah, the opposite arm and leg as before. Inhale them up. And then exhale, bend the knee and elbow, tuck the chin. So nice, large movements, moving with the pace of the breath. Keep reaching through the fingertips and heel with each extension. And then on your next inhale, hold the arm and leg out. Keep lengthening the body. See if you can lift a little bit higher, really working those muscles along the back, the glute, the hamstring, the shoulder. Take one more breath and lower the hand and knee back down to the mat. Well done. Let's sit back on our heels, roll the shoulders back, take a deep breath. And then bring our hands behind the tailbone, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back and together, reach the thumbs away from your body, opening the chest, lifting the chin, and looking upwards. Good, let's release, hands to the lap, and we're just going to warm up the neck a little bit. So lower your chin down towards your chest, bring your left ear towards your left shoulder, pause, take a breath. Let's come back, right ear towards the right shoulder, again, pause and take a breath. Now, chin to the chest, left ear towards the left shoulder, hold it there, pick up the right hand, flex the wrist, and gently press away through the palm. We want to feel this stretch through the right arm and along the right side of the neck. Good, let's release. Right hand to the lap, chin to the chest, opposite side. So right ear towards the right shoulder, pick up the left hand, flex the wrist, and gently press, press, press. We want to make sure our chin is not jutting forward, but instead tuck it towards the body a little bit. And release. Left hand to the lap, chin to the chest. Let's walk our hands out in front of us. We're going to come into downward facing dog. Fingers are spread wide. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, root down through the heels. Rotate the creases of the elbows forward. It's our first one of the practice, so you may want to pedal the heels a couple times. Really feel that length along the back sides of the legs, down the length of your back. And now let's walk our feet forward. Bring them towards our hands, tuck the chin towards the chest. Take a full breath. And then press through the soles of the feet and ease the torso upwards, rolling the shoulders back and away from the ears, coming into mountain pose. So let's walk our feet towards the top of the mat. Weight is evenly distributed. Take a deep breath in and exhale, palms together. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back, and exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. Inhale, right leg steps back, lower the knee, flatten the top of the foot to the mat. Drop your hips down and forward as you look up. Curl the right toes and exhale. Step the left leg back to plank, drawing the abdominals inwards. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and forehead to the mat. Inhale, slide forward, press the palms, lift the chest, look upwards. Curl the toes, press through the palms, lift the hips up and back. Downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat, low lunge. Exhale, left leg forward. Bring the feet together as you look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Draw the abs in. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together. Look at your knees. Inhale, arms up. Gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, hips up, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, palms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhale, right leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides, shoulders back and away from your ears. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Now we're going to move right into triangle pose. So let's take a big step back with the right foot, about a stride in length or maybe a little bit longer. The left heel should point towards the right arch. Our arms are inhaling up to shoulder height. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, reach your left fingers towards the top of your mat and then hinge sideways directly over the left leg. So we want to lengthen both arms as if we're reaching from floor to ceiling. But the really important part here is that we've hinged sideways directly over the left leg. So it's not about how far down our left hand is towards the mat. It's about the alignment and the stacking of our shoulders and torso directly above the left leg. So we'll feel that stretch down the right side of the body through the left inner thigh. Squeeze the shoulder blades together so our chest is open and we can breathe deeply. Good, let's take one more nice deep breath. And as we exhale, press through the soles of the feet, lift the body back up. Keep the arms extended, keep the left foot where it is. We're gonna move right into warrior two. So our right foot is just going to inch back on the mat to open up our stance a little bit more. Take a full breath in. As we exhale, bend the left knee, stack it over the heel. Point that left kneecap towards the middle toe on the left foot. So you may need to open up through the hip and feel that stretch through the left inner thigh in order to point the knee towards the center of the toes. Turn your head, look past your left fingers and hold it here, breathing deeply. Excellent. Let's flip the left hand towards the sky. Keep the lower body where it is. We're just going to move into peaceful warrior. So we're hinging sideways to the right, letting our right fingertips just drop and relax along the right leg. Left fingers are reaching up towards the sky. Find that length down the left side of the body. Look upwards towards the left palm. Keep pressing down evenly through the feet. The left knee should remain over the ankle. We're really feeling that left quad working hard now. Take one more breath. Exhale through center. We're moving right into extended side angle. So you can bend the left elbow, bring the left forearm down to the mat, or the left hand tonight is going to come down to the outside of the left foot. Sweep the right arm forward, lengthen through the right side of the body, tilt the chin up and look at the right palm. Good, let's take one more breath. And as we exhale, we're going to drop our right hand down to the mat. So if you already have your left hand on the mat, you're already set up. If you've not, frame that left foot. So we have one hand on either side of the left foot. We're going to rotate the right leg, bring the ball of the foot down to the mat, right heel up towards the sky, and we'll find ourselves in a nice, deep, low lunge. So hold it here. Breathe into that stretch through the inner thigh, through the hip flexor. Excellent. Let's take one breath. As we exhale, push off the back foot and slide it forward into a forward fold. If your knees are bent, that's fine. Tuck the chin, look towards the legs, let the upper body just relax forward over the thighs. And breathe. And press through the soles of the feet. Come all the way back up to mountain pose. Well done. Let's repeat that on the opposite side. So from mountain pose, we'll now take our left foot, step back about a stride, maybe a little bit longer. Rotate the torso to face the left edge of the mat. Extend the arms. Inhale. Exhale, reach to the right and then hinge sideways directly over the right leg. Lengthen the arms and look towards the left side of your room. Let's take a deep breath in, full breath out, pressing through the soles of the feet, lift the arms and torso back up, keep the arms extended, walk the left foot back on the mat, nice open stance for warrior two, deep breath in, and exhale, bend the right knee, stack it over the heel, point the kneecap towards the middle of the foot. So again, you may need to open from the hip and get a little bit more stretching sensation through the inner thigh. Flip the right hand towards the sky and lift the hands up, relaxing the left hand back. Just let it sit along the left leg. We don't want to put any sideways pressure on the left knee joint. So light touch there. Elongate the right arm, reach the fingertips upwards, but don't let your body lift up. We want to keep the right knee bent and keep it stacked over the ankle. Good, let's release back to warrior two. And from here, we're moving to extended side angle. So right forearm to the right thigh, or right hand all the way down to the mat on the outside of the right foot. Left arm sweeps forward, bicep next to the ear, reach through the fingertips, turn the head and look at the left palm. Let's take one more breath. And then as we exhale, drop the left hand down to the mat, lower the right hand to the outside of the right foot if it's not already there. And let's rotate the left foot onto the ball and toes of the foot, dropping the hip so our hips are facing the mat. Feeling that stretch through the left hip flexor and the inner thighs. Breathe deeply. Good. Take a deep breath in. As we exhale, press into the right foot, shift the hips forward and step the left foot next to the right. Hold it here in forward fold, letting the body relax. And soften the knees, round up, stack the back, and roll the shoulders back. Well done. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to work a little bit on our posture, so we're going to just do a little tree pose. If you're on a thicker mat or if you're on a mat on carpet, you may just want to pick one or the other. So let's root down through the left foot, spread the toes wide, roll the shoulders back, find a point that's not moving, something you can focus your eyes on. When you're ready, peel the right foot off of the mat, place the right foot either on top of the left, along the left inner calf, or skipping over the knee, bring the right foot to the left inner thigh. And you can use your hand to help lift that leg up, that's fine. But once the foot is in place, I want you to notice your hips and the alignment of your legs. So oftentimes our hips shift to the left to compensate for the lifted right leg. But I want you to grow as tall as possible. So try and pull that left hip back so it's stacked over the ankle and it's under the shoulder, okay? So grow a little bit taller when you do that. Now your hands can remain on your hips. They can come to your heart, or the most challenging is lifting them all the way up towards the sky. Find a position that works for you tonight, and let's try and keep it as steady as possible. Good. Let's lower our arms to our hips and lower the right foot down to the mat. But before we switch sides, we're actually going to cross the right ankle behind the left, reach our right arm up overhead, keep the bicep next to the ear, and as we exhale, lean to the left. So we're going to feel this stretch down the right side of the torso, even into that right hip flexor. Keep the abs drawn in, supporting the back of the body. Good. Let's come through center. Lift the left arm up and exhale, forward fold. So when you can't fold forward any further, just let the arms relax, fingertips down towards the mat, draw your chin toward your chest, look at the knees, and breathe into this stretch. All right, let's release. Soften the knees, round up, bring the shoulders back over the hips, and step the right leg back to the right side of the body. Well done. Let's switch sides. Root down through the right foot now, spread those toes wide, knee is soft, shoulders are back, hands on the hips to begin. When you're ready, pick the left foot up, find placement along the right leg, Remember, not directly on the ankle or knee joints. And you might want to try a different placement on this side. One side is always a little bit stronger or a little bit more steady than the other. So once the left foot is in position, bring your awareness to that right hip. Maybe we can grow tall out of the right leg and right side of the body. And decide where you want to place your hands. They can remain on the hips, come to the heart, or overhead. Good, let's bring our hands back down all the way to the hips. Lower the left foot, and remember, we're crossing it behind the right. So we're crossing at the ankles, but our full feet should be in contact with the mat. Inhale, left arm up, bicep next to the ear, grow tall, and as you exhale, reach to the right. So our shoulders and our hips are remaining forward. We're not dropping the outside of the left shoulder down towards the mat, but instead keeping everything lifted and square. Good, let's come back through center. Keep the left arm lifted, lift the right, inhale, and exhale, hinge at the hips. Good, press through the soles of the feet, round up. Bring your shoulders back over the hips, hands to the waist, and then step the left foot out to the left side. Let's walk our feet nice and wide. However, keep your feet parallel towards one another. Roll the shoulders back, inhale, tall torso, and exhale, hinge forward. So when you're halfway down, drop your fingertips down to the mat, use them for support, continue to fold forward, reaching the crown of the head down towards the mat. If at any point you'd like to walk your feet a little bit wider, this will be a little bit more challenging, or bring them back together tonight if you need to. It'll be a little bit more steady. Good, so let's lift our chest up slightly. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're gonna walk our hands over towards the right leg, bringing the chest towards the thigh. So think about reaching the outside of the left shoulder down towards the mat. And let's walk the hands back through center and over to the left. Good, hands back through center, plant them on the mat under your shoulders, and we're going to walk the feet together slightly. So how far is kind of up to you and of your own inner thigh flexibility range, so feel free to adjust this at any time. But we're going to use our hands for support. We're going to walk them forward, come onto the balls of the feet so we can lower our knees down to the mat. You'll see when I lower my knees down, they are more narrow than my heels and ankles. So therefore, I need to pull my feet towards one another slightly, because what we want is a right angle in our knee down towards the heel. So once we're in this position, this little frog pose position, Notice how your body feels. If you can, now that your body's more supported, maybe you can walk your knees a little bit wider. We're going to be feeling this stretch through the inner thighs. So if you can walk your knees wider, don't forget about your ankles. Slide them out as well so we maintain that 90-degree angle. So once our legs are in place, we want to feel a stretch, but again, it shouldn't be painful. If it's too intense, pull the knees together slightly. Then we're going to ease our body down to our forearms. If you can, lower your head down to the mat and breathe into this stretch. If you're not feeling much of a stretch through the inner thighs, you can adjust the hips by either bringing them forward an inch or two or back an inch or two. I'm exaggerating that a little bit just so you can see, but just a slight shift can sometimes make a really big difference as far as stretching goes. All right, so let's come back onto our palms, lift the chest up, walk the knees in, the heels in, until we're in line with our hips. Might need a moment to breathe into that. And then we're going to keep our right knee planted on the mat under our right hip and step the left leg out to the left side. So let's lift the shoulders up and stack our shoulders directly over our hips. Keep the left hand on the left hip. Inhale, right arm up, bicep next to the ear, and exhale, reach across to the left side. So just as we were doing in the standing side body stretch, our shoulders and our hips are remaining forward. We're not dropping through the chest and shoulder. So keep the body lifted, keep lengthening through the fingertips. Good, let's release, come through center. Bring the right hand down, place it on the mat, center it under the right shoulder, press through the palm, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift the left leg. So we want to flex the left foot. We're working that medial glute, the muscle along the outside of the hip. This is more challenging than it looks like, so I really want you to think about lifting that leg as high as the torso. Keep the foot flexed and press actively through the heel to really turn on those muscles along the side body. Draw the abs in to help support. Good, let's lower the left foot down. Now we're going to walk our hands towards the center. But before we move into our stacked leg position, we're going to switch it up a little bit tonight and do another version of thread the needle. So we're going to keep our right hand where it is. Our left hand, so the same arm as the leg that's extended, we're going to bring the back of the left hand to the mat again, slide it over to the right. So as we slide it to the right, we're going to work on bringing the left shoulder down towards the mat. Now this is a little bit harder to twist with that leg extended, so you might not get all the way down, and that's okay. But just find that stretch through the upper back. Feel it through the left inner thigh. Our right hand is pressing into the mat. We're using it for support. And breathe deeply. Good, let's release. Press into the right hand, straighten out the right elbow. Bring the left hand under the left shoulder. Use our hands for support as we sweep the left leg back and all the way around to the back right corner. Lower the knee and tuck it in along the right leg. Now take the right toes, they haven't moved much yet, and we're going to point them toward the back left corner. So we're just creating space or moving our feet away from one another. So once our feet are in position, we're going to gently, slowly, carefully walk the body back. So keep moving slowly until you're at a point where you feel that stretch through the sides of the hips, but it isn't painful. So if you're somewhere here tonight with your hips still lifted, that's fine, just hold it there. If you've got one or possibly both sits bones down, great job. Again, this is a progression, and you might feel as we hold this stretch that you can sink down a little bit lower. Wherever your body is, wherever your hips are, we're going to bend our elbows and lower our chest towards the top right thigh. So if you're still hovering over the mat, that's fine. Just bend your elbows out to the side. As you lower your chest, you'll feel that stretch intensify. So this is why we're moving slowly and breathing deeply. Excellent. Let's press into the palms. You may need to walk your hands back a little bit to get more leverage. Lift the hips and then bring the hands forward and bring the left knee back under the left hip. With our hands on the mat, our knees under the hips, just do a couple cat-cows. Keep the back in neutral, do a couple side bends. Excellent job. All right, we're going to switch sides now. So step the right foot out to the right side, lift the torso up, right hand on the right hip, left arm, inhale and up, exhale, reach over to the right. So again, just like in triangle, just like in our standing side stretch, the torso is forward. Good, let's come back through center. Bring the left hand down to the mat under the left shoulder, press through the center of the palm, and let's turn on that right medial glute, lifting the leg, flex the foot, press, 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 press. So it's an active motion away from the center of the body. Draw the abs in and breathe. Finding a focal point for this posture may be helpful as well, as this does challenge our balance. Well done. Let's gently lower the right foot back down to the mat. Walk our hands forward and back to our threaded needle variation. So the left hand is going to stay under the left shoulder. The back of the right hand is coming down to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slide the right fingers over to the left side. Bend the left elbow to help lower the torso down towards the mat. And let's release, pressing into the left hand, slide the right hand back out and plant it on the mat for support. Sweep the right leg all the way towards the back left corner, lower the knee, and draw the right knee in along the left. Point the left toes to the back right, and walk the hands back. Again, this side may feel different, so move slowly. We're aiming to get both sits bones grounded between our heels, so not on top of either one of them. Once our body is in position, bend the elbows, lower the chest down towards the top thigh. Breathe into the hips. Good, let's release. Lift the hips up. Bring that right leg back to the right side of the body, and let's sit back in child's pose. Let's lift the head up, look forward, walk the hands out in front of you, spreading the fingers wide. Let's lift into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, and exhale, take a big step forward, lower the foot between the hands, coming into our low lunge. Stack the right knee over the ankle, press away through the left heel, feel that stretch through the inner thighs, through the left hip flexor. And gently lower the left knee down to the mat, flatten the top of the left foot. Keep pressing down and forward through the hips. let's walk the hands back, shift the hips back as well, straightening out the right leg, lift the right toes, elongate the spine, reach through the crown, and then bend your elbows, lowering your torso down towards the right leg. Feel that stretch along the back side. Good, let's release. Walk the hands forward, lower the right toes. Curl the left toes under, lift the left knee, and we're going to lift into a high lunge. Of course, if you need more support, you can always lower the back knee back down or rotate the left heel to the mat. But press through the right foot, ease the hands off the mat, roll the shoulders back, and let's bring our hands to prayer position at the center of the chest. So the weight should be evenly distributed through the feet. Our hips remain down and forward. Let's take one more full breath. And exhale, hinge forward, hands to the mat, gently lower the left knee if it's not already there. We're going to stretch along the back side of the leg one more time. So shift the hips back, walk the hands back, lengthen the right leg, lift the toes, inhale, elongate through the spine, and hinge forward over the right leg. Excellent. Walk the hands forward, lower the right toes, and let's step back to downward dog. So inhale, left leg up this time, and exhale, step it forward between the hands, come into your low lunge, find your alignment, left knee over ankle, hips down and forward. Lower the right knee, flatten the top of the foot, and continue to hold this position, letting your body relax and sink down a little bit deeper into the stretch. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, press back through the hips, walk the hands back, straighten out the left leg, lift the toes. Inhale, elongate through the crown of the head, and exhale, hinge forward. If the foot's more relaxed, you'll feel this more in the hamstring. If it's more flexed, meaning you're pulling the toes towards the shin, you'll feel this a little bit more deeply in the calf as well. Good. Let's walk the hands forward, lower the left toes, coming back to our low lunge. And now we'll lift into a high lunge. So adjust the back leg or lift the knee if you're up for it. Press the left foot and roll the shoulders back. Stack them over the hips, hands to the heart. Full breath. Excellent. Hinge forward. Frame the foot. Lower the right knee. And one more time, shift the hips back. Hamstring stretch. Good. Let's release. Hands forward, low lunge, and step back to downward dog. Let's inhale our right heel all the way up, bend the knee, and exhale, shift the weight forward, lower the knee between the hands, point the right knee towards the top right corner of the mat, moving into pigeon. So relax the left leg back. Inhale, lift the chest, look upwards, and exhale, hinge forward over the right leg. Bring your hands, your forearms, maybe even your forehead down to the mat. You're welcome to use a block here as well. That's a little bit more comfortable. But we want our upper body to be as relaxed as possible. Now, just because we're relaxed does not mean we're rolling onto that right hip or upper thigh. We're keeping our hips even distance above the mat. And let's release. Walk our hands back to either side of the right leg, lifting the chest, curl the left toes, press into the palms, and step back to downward dog. Switch sides. Inhale, left heel up, bend the knee, and exhale, shift the weight forward, lower the knee to the mat, pointing towards the top left corner. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward over the front leg. Good, let's lift the head, neck, and chest up. Sit down into the left hip. Swing the legs around. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let your hands rest on the feet or ankles and let your legs relax as much as possible, reaching the outer thighs down towards the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, sit up nice and tall, and as we exhale, lean forward, bring the center of your chest towards your feet. So we're not rounding, but instead we're hinging at the hips. And you can use your elbows or forearms, gently press the legs down towards the mat a little bit further to get more stretch through the inner thighs. Good, let's lift the chest up. We're going to keep the right leg bent. We're going to slide it towards the top of our mat. So ideally our right shin is parallel with the top of our mat, and we're attempting to pick up our left leg and stack it directly on top, meaning our left ankle or heel is above the right knee and the left knee is above the right ankle. If, like me, you have a big gap between your knee and your ankle, that's fine. If you don't have the legs in this position, if you're feeling any discomfort on the knees, please ease it back. So anywhere that that leg can stack on top of the right leg is fine. Maybe tonight you just have your ankles stacked. You'll still feel a stretch in the hips, all right? So come to that position. Again, if you have space here, you can always put a block between the two. As long as you're comfortable, you don't need one necessarily. So let's inhale both arms up. And as we exhale, hinge forward. And when you can't hinge forward any further, just drop your hands and relax your chest down towards the top leg. So we want to feel this stretch through the outsides of the hips. If it's too intense, lift the chest up. Good, let's lift up. And we're going to switch sides. So slide the legs apart, bring the left leg down. Again, it's always helpful to start with the bottom leg parallel to the top of the mat. There we know we have a baseline there. And then we can pick up the right leg, and this side may be different. So again, we're attempting to stack ankles and knees, but anywhere along that left leg works, okay? So ground down through the hips, set up the legs, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, reach forward as you fold. Drop the hands down when you feel that stretch. Ease the chest down towards the legs and breathe. Good, release, walk the hands back, lift the chest, slide the right leg away, soles of the feet to the mat, draw the knees together. We're gonna roll back on the mat. And take a couple nice deep breaths here, letting the body relax and sink down towards the ground. Pick up the right leg and place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Reach the right hand through the legs and the left hand on the outside. Draw the legs towards the chest. And release. Switching sides. And release. And we're going to relax in Shavasana. So you're welcome to keep the knees bent. It gives a little bit more grounding to the lower back if that feels good. You can always keep the knees bent, but drop the outer thighs down towards the mat for a little extra stretch through the inner thighs. Or a traditional version with the legs extended, heels about mat width apart, letting your toes roll towards the outside corners of the mat. Our arms are going to be halfway between our hips and our shoulders, palms up towards the sky. Tuck the shoulder blades under the back of the body so the chest is open and the collarbone is wide. And then close your eyes and breathe deeply. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let your whole body relax. Continue to breathe deeply, letting go of any tightness or stiffness in the body. Just let it all melt down to the mat. Let go of any thoughts, plans, or ideas. Naturally, they'll arise, and you can acknowledge them. But then bring your awareness back to your breath and the sensations of your body. Bring your awareness all the way down your body to your feet and mentally repeat after me. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm, my breathing is even, and I am completely relaxed. Bring awareness back to your body and begin to move your fingers and toes. Gently stretch your arms overhead and lengthen your body, awakening. Reach your arms to the right side and the left side, taking a nice deep breath. Roll onto the right side of the body and continue breathing deeply. Place your left hand in front of your chest and press back up to a seated position. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Namaste. Great job tonight, everybody. Thank you for joining me and taking a moment for movement and spending an hour doing yoga and doing something good for your body and yourself. I hope to see you soon. Our next class is on Monday at 6 p.m. Thank you. Have a great night.